Stop. If you know what the rose is, this is for you. And if you don't, listen closer. Meet Lem by Hello Nancy. Yes, it looks like a lemon, but it's anything but innocent. Every 25 seconds, someone discovers Lem. With 500,000 customers and a 4.7 star rating, women say it's toe-curling and mind-blowing. It's whisper quiet and completely discreet, so no one hears a thing and no one knows what it is. Go to HelloNancy.com for 50% off this Valentine's Day. Once you try it, you'll understand.
You don't buy on hope, you study the label. At AzureWell, we support that. Our commitment is simple. Tell the truth. Every ingredient listed, every amount disclosed. No proprietary blends, no guesswork. We go beyond organic and basic testing with comprehensive third-party verification. Take a look at what's in your cabinet, then visit AzureLivingWell.com to shop and learn more. That's AZURE livingwell.com. These products have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Attack the Baseline, a WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. We're your hosts, John and Kristen Barber, and today we're back to unload about free agency. It has been a chaotic 4 or 5 days at this rate, and we've got a ton of signings to talk about. We're going to go over our 10 favorite signings plus a couple honorable mentions and get you in the know about players that have been moving around or staying with their teams. There's a lot to talk about, but before we do, Kristen, how are you?
Hello. I frankly am tired. I am obsessed with free agency. This has been so much fun.
It's been so good.
Everyone knew, we had very high hopes that this was going to be as fun as it is. Mm-hmm. But, I was a little worried that players would really stay put, not much movement, just get higher contracts. But there's been a ton of moving around.
Yep.
It's so interesting to imagine how these teams now are going to gel together and vibe. Mm-hmm. So many different vibes than last year.
Yes.
It's going to take me a minute to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And things are still happening into the night tonight and before the draft tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we've had a very busy weekend, so it's been hard to keep up.
Yeah.
I need to do like a download every night of everything that happened during the day. We celebrated John's 30th birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday to me.
Yes. At the Phillies game on Saturday. Mm-hmm. Big tailgate, big group tickets at the game. It was so much fun. Mm-hmm. Just a very long weekend. So I'm tired, but I'm still energized from the signings.
Yes, indeed. And I mean, I'll echo that. It has been, I've been having a blast, trying my best to keep up. Personally, I've been firing off as much as I can on Bluesky, trying to keep everybody up to date as much as possible. Yesterday, of course, we were busy. I missed a couple, but I feel like I've been on top of it. And who knows, in this episode, we may get more breaking news. So we'll be on our toes to give you as much analysis as we can in the next hour or so as we record this episode. But before we do, if you'd like to send us an email and let us know about your favorite move of free agency, you can do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on Bluesky, especially Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform it is that you listen to the show. Subscribe to the YouTube, and of course, tell your friends and family about the show. The WNBA season is so close. The draft, as we record this, is tomorrow. We're going to be back talking about that as well soon. So get ready, get in the know, get your friends get in the know, and get your family in the know about everything you need to know about the WNBA. Now, let's get into this list. Now, I'll lead off and say that we might not mention, of course, we're not going to mention every specific signing here. There's too many to count. Some of the other signings from other players may bleed into our items on the list, but we have one honorable mention that I would like to shout out, which we just moved out of our top 10 after we got news 2 minutes ago of another signing. But let's start with Steph Dolson signing with the Seattle Storm to be a backup big in that team that is going to look a lot different than it did last year with all of these major vets leaving town. What are your thoughts?
I like this for Steph. I think I love it as long as she is a backup. You know, they lose NECA here, so they lose that size, but they have such young talent in Dominique and Ezzy. And it really feels like, you know, Ezzy could have left in this expansion draft, but they protected her. So it seems like they want to, you know, grow and develop Ezzy and Dom. They can be the two bigs, and as long as Steph is backing them up, I love that. Rather than potentially trying to jam Steph into a NECA spot, I don't think that will work.
Yeah, no, I think that for the purpose of what Steph Dolson promises you, a big that can shoot, this makes a lot of sense. I do think Seattle is going to have much lower expectations than they have the last couple years, with NECA moving on, with Skylar moving on, with Gabby not returning. And I like Steph to have an opportunity. I don't think she's necessarily a ceiling increaser, of course, but I think that she's trusty coming off the bench for this team, which is why I don't mind her ending up in this spot and being in that rotation, however they decide what the true center for that squad is going to look like on a day in, day out basis. So now we move up into our top 10. We'll start at number 10, which is a signing that just occurred 5 minutes before we started recording. Megan Gustafson, formerly of the Las Vegas Aces, is signing a 2-year deal with the Portland Fire at about $500,000 a year. Meg, looking at how their roster is composed right now, is going to likely get an opportunity to start on the expansion franchise. So as fans of Megan, as fans of Pancake, how are we feeling about Meg's big move here?
Great. She likely would have had a smaller role in Las Vegas this year, as Cheyenne Parker-Tyus will be back for this whole season. And Portland had Chloe Bibby and Emily Enksler as their two bigs, basically.
Right.
So they really needed a starting center. So I love this move for them. She fits in well.
I think she fits in perfectly, honestly. Very kind of similar to what we just said about Steph. A big that can shoot. I think that is very valuable in this league. It's interesting to think about what the Aces are going to do, because they have been a team that haven't signed a lot of players so far. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, as you mentioned. Kia Stokes still out there potentially. I think it would be expected that they bring her back to be a rotational center for them again, especially with Meg walking out the door. But any opportunity to get, Meg potential starting minutes, I think we've talked about the potential that she can bring to a squad. And Portland, as they're constructed here, I don't think they're trying to compete with a lot of these teams that are trying to load up. Feels like a decent amount of loading up. A lot of teams trying to go for it. Portland doesn't strike me as a team that's like, we're going to go all in, even like comparatively to Toronto, who you saw sign multiple max contracts. So good stuff for Megan as she gets a new start in Portland.
Okay, number 9 is Erica Wheeler to the Sparks.
Wheels to the Sparks, moving over from Seattle. I really became an Erica Wheeler appreciator after she left Indiana. Loved what she brought to the Vinyl and Unrivaled. And the Sparks, I honestly, they know how to give opportunities to some of these veteran guards that they just need to fill out their guard room. I think Wheels figures to be, 7th, 8th on the depth chart, and has the clutch gene, can, shoot it like the best of them. And, backing up KP, for instance. I think she's a savvy veteran to have in that room. So I really like her getting the opportunity to play for the Sparks here, who kind of feel like they are maybe going for it more than a lot of teams. Like, I really think they're trying to be top 5 this year with the moves that they're making, with the sacrifices specifically that KP's taking. We can mention her now. She signed a 1-year, $999,999 contract, not a bit, because she wants to.
For her, it's a bit.
I mean, it's a bit. She's trying to save a little money so that the team can have as many good players on their roster as possible. And this helps you for these kind of moves, because Wheels isn't demanding a lot of money, but she's the type of veteran that you want in that locker room.
Yeah.
So good on Wheels.
Yeah, it's hilarious from Kelsey Plum. Like, she's just thinking, how much money should I take? 999,999. That's funny. So
maybe that's what AI KP told her to do.
Maybe.
Her twin.
Yep. So that's so funny. And I do think, like, last year, the Sparks would struggle when Kelsey Plum is taking a break, when she's not on the floors. But I think that Erica Wheeler brings a similar energy to Kelsey Plum. So that will help when she's not playing.
Totally.
For sure.
Signing number 8, we have Brittany Griner making a move up north from Atlanta, where she spent 1 year with that fun little dream team, to Connecticut, of all places. And normally I would question a move to Connecticut, but as Kristen has instructed me, BG is looking forward to Houston.
Yeah, she came out and said, that she's from Houston and she would love to be a part of the new Houston Comets franchise next year when the Sun moves. So what an opportunity now to go sign and prepare for that, I guess. I'm sure it was sad for her leaving Atlanta. I think she loved playing in Atlanta. She loved that squad of women who basically recruited her last year in Unrivaled.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but I think the roster just got more tricky for her as Angel was traded to Atlanta. And she was coming off the bench anyway. I think now in Connecticut, I love that she made this decision for herself. I do think it gets tricky. We haven't heard anything from Tina Charles.
Yes.
Not sure what she wants to do. I don't know if they could be on the same team together. We'll see. I think Connecticut is not, some strategic mastermind right now. So they're doing what they can do.
Yeah,
but I love that she has, she wants to go to Houston and is looking forward to that.
Yes, and a player whose history with the league certainly deserves, to be $1 million player. So I think it's cool that she ends up getting one of these max contracts to just sort of fill in salary on a team that's not really going to try to push to compete, this year. Is going to build around their young players and see what they got going forward as they make the transition to Houston next year. But, you talk about Atlanta, and the writing was on the wall when Atlanta made the trade for Angel. They got to move over position in those starting big roles between Angel and Bree. And we haven't had the opportunity to talk about Angel. I'm sure everybody listening to this show already, understands the opinion of the Angel trade and how poor it looks for Chicago and how great it looks for Atlanta. Kristen and I still go back and forth about, like, what's that starting 5 going to look like in Atlanta? It wasn't very often that we saw BG starting games. She understood how to take the back seat for the betterment of that Atlanta team last year. But I do kind of think in BG's case that she should be starting on this Connecticut team. So she's going to go back in a starting role, I would have to imagine.
Stop. If you know what the rose is, this is for you. And if you don't, listen closer. Meet Lem by Hello Nancy. Yes, it looks like a lemon, but it's anything but innocent. Every 25 seconds, someone discovers Lem. With 500,000 customers and a 4.7 star rating, women say it's toe curling and mind-blowing. It's whisper quiet and completely discreet, so no one hears a thing and no one knows what it is. Go to HelloNancy.com for 50% off this Valentine's Day. Once you try it, you'll understand. Real talk, there's a lemon-shaped toy making women text their friends at 2 a.m. screaming, "You have to get this." Meet Lem by Hello Nancy. Every 25 seconds, someone discovers Lem. With 500,000 customers and a 4.7 star rating, people call it toe curling and mind-blowing. That's exactly why it's all over social media. Don't let the cute design fool you. With 12 intensities, Lem is waterproof, whisper quiet, and incredibly discreet. Go to HelloNancy.com for 50% off this Valentine's Day. Once you try it, you'll understand.
All right, number 7 on our list is Azurá Stevens signing a 3-year deal with the Sky.
Yes, Azurá to the Sky. Major. Honestly, why don't we pair this with 6? Because 6 is also with the Sky. Sky signing with the Sky. Skylar Diggins, a 2-year deal to move to Chicago. So Chicago, after they unload Angel Reese for 2, I'll say it, bad first-round picks from Atlanta, also giving up a second-round pick swap, question marks, they go out and they kind of, I don't know, low-key kind of cook in free agency, which I think is shocking. I don't know why players would necessarily want to sign there, but these signings come before the biggest move that we should actually talk about in the context of this, the sign and trade between Ariel Atkins and Rickea Jackson, moving Rickea Jackson from the Sparks to the Sky. So now we have this new look Sky with Azurá, Skylar, and Rickea. Let's talk about them all together.
Sure.
Angels out. If you figure Azurá is going to play the 4, they're going to let Camilla be their 5. Rickea is going to play the 3. Sky is going to be their starting point guard, which they've been looking for the last couple of years, and they really kind of found it in Sky. Sky, I think, is quite capable of that. And then that 2 position is probably going to be another player that they just signed today, and DiJonai Carrington. So they kind of immediately retool their starting 5 into very capable veterans. I don't even know. Like, it's wild. It's wild that they got here.
It's insane that we've got here. Like, I was so down on the Sky getting any free agents because it's just anything you hear is players that have played there before, how much they hate it. Like, just recently, Courtney Williams, her videos have come out about how awful it was when she was there. Rebecca Allen.
Yes, Beck Allen.
Who is like not a complainer type. Like, seems very like even
go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Rebecca Allen's on a podcast talking about how miserable it was in Chicago. So I'm like, how would anyone want to play here? But here we are.
Yes.
Frankly, I'm stunned by this, but I'm kind of obsessed with this team.
This is a playoff caliber starting 5.
Yeah.
I'll say it plain and simple. Now, that's without knowing how the rest of the league, but right now, that's going to be their 5. Figures to be their 5. And they're all good players. They're all good players. They're multiple All-Stars. DiJonai was a most improved. Like, it's stunning. But I like this. As I said on Bluesky today, as long as Rickea was excited about the move and she posted on her IG, posted on Twitter about how Chi-Town were up, as long as she's excited, she's got her bestie in Azurá there. She's got a friend in DiJonai. She's got a good vet, a good locker room vet, I'll say, in Sky. And I don't think there's going to be much clash with Camilla. I think Camilla now is going to figure to be like the original, the one that Chicago picked, the one that between her and Angel. They should give Camilla a lot more rope to be the rebounder, to be the true center, to be the defensive anchor. They'll let Azurá stretch the floor. We know she can shoot. She's always been able to shoot. Rickea is going to get her touches, And, having a player in Sky that can actually set you up and make you capable of knocking down shots. It's really hard for me to compliment Chicago often, but they somehow did a good job. And now that they've given up all of their picks forever to Washington, to other teams, they can't afford to be bad. We have said this before on the show. They cannot afford to be bad. And fortunately for them, they have good players, which makes it harder to be bad. Unless those players get hurt, which we wouldn't wish this on any of them. But Chicago's going to try to go do it for 3 years, which is good because they traded their 2028 first as well the other day for JC Sheldon. Who the hell knows why? But they did that too. So you're out of your picks. You got Atlanta's picks. Atlanta figures to be good. You kind of figured to at least be good from a top end talent level. Let's see what the heck Chicago's got going on, because this is a remarkable turn of events for this franchise.
Literally.
And fortunately, the CBA guarantees that by 2027, you're going to have up-to-date facilities, which they've been working on. So hopefully they all get the works.
Yeah.
Because they decided to make these, major signings with this team.
Yeah. No, Skylar makes perfect sense. They needed a point guard. She's an incredibly good point guard. The defense is about to be incredible by Skylar and Dejanay.
Skylar, Dejanay, Camilla, I think is a great core of defense. Ricky is not bad too.
No.
Yeah.
And I honestly love Azare in this position because, like you were saying, like Camilla is the center, but she wasn't able to do a lot of, center things, I feel like, because Angel was always there getting all the rebounds, which Angel's incredibly good at. Very good at. But I feel like Camilla just needed space, and she hasn't been able to play how she's always played because Angel was there. It just never really worked. But now Azare doesn't have to be doing that like Angel did. Right. Azare is great at shooting threes and playing further back. She doesn't need every rebound. Right. So I think this is going to work out awesome.
I kind of think it should. Okay, so let's get into our top 5 free agency moves. Starting with number 5, Kristen, what do we got?
This is not a move necessarily.
No, this is kind of a cheat on this list.
But it's a free agency transaction.
I don't know. Transaction, I feel like it's real. It is something that happened. That if it actually...
It's not fake. What are you talking about?
I'm burying the lead. Keep going.
Okay, it's Veronica Burton getting a 3-year deal with the Valkyries, staying where she is, but starting here at $925,000 and reaching $1 million by year 3. I just love that they have found their franchise player in Veronica Burton. Yes. And now here they are investing in her for 3 years. I think that's what they had to do. Yes. And it's like remarkable that they found her and that she's so good on this team. So now they can keep filling in the pieces around her. They have done mostly the same signings from last year. We'll get to the other one that they did. Yes. Later. Spoilers. But I just love this for Veronica. She's getting paid. She found her place. It's a great building block. Yes. It was once the Veronica Burton signing went down, it was very much emphasized by ESPN, who was primarily reporting on it, that they view Veronica Burton as their nucleus. She is not only an offensive nucleus, she's a defensive nucleus. She does a whole lot. She gives the team a level of credibility that even when they did their expansion draft last year, it was like they were taking a lot of chances on a lot of international players or a lot of players in the W that haven't had a lot of opportunity, that we knew didn't have a lot of opportunity. And they hit, they found the diamond in the rough in Veronica Burton, who we knew had some good stuff. And this is well deserved. They didn't have to give her a max, but she definitely deserves to be $1 million player come 2028. And you figure if she plays the way that she has the last couple years, that she will surely be a max player after that.
And I think the Valkyries are a team that should trust the talent that they had, because we mentioned this, a week or two ago, but they were the first expansion team to make the playoffs in their first season in the W. They won 23 games out of 44. And by retaining their talent in VB, in Rupert, in Janelle Salon, in Cecilia Zandalicini, getting all those players under contract, even if they, didn't make as many big splashes, but certainly did make a big splash that we'll talk about. They're still in this nice realm where they can continue to take shots on these young players. Yusta Yosite, she's coming over. She signed her rookie scale contract, their first round pick from last year. She figures to have a big role now that Carla Late is no longer with the team. So I'm honestly really excited for Valk's year 2. But I really just want to highlight the re-signing of Veronica Burton as just the right move for that franchise, and giving her 3 years of job security. I think it's just the perfect way to do it. Mm-hmm. So now we move up to number 4 on our list. And this is a fun one because I think when we were talking about the last one, I thought that this one was number 5. And that was why I was saying this is a thing that hasn't really happened. I mean, yes, Veronica Burton very clearly signed. What we're talking about here is the offer sheet that was made by Toronto on Shakira Austin. Now, we haven't seen this with any other player as far as I'm aware. Mm-hmm. I've been paying attention. Shakira Austin, as we know, restricted free agent as a fourth year player, a player with 4 years experience in the W. You have the opportunity to negotiate with other teams. Her rights are still owned by the Mystics. However, as a restricted free agent, by negotiating with other teams, in this case, Toronto can say, we would like to offer you a multi-year contract. And Washington has the right of first refusal. They can match them if they'd like to and offer the same contract to Shakira, in which case, if she took that, she would remain with the Mystics. Toronto, after maxing Marina, maxing Brittany Sykes, want to bring in a true big to build around. Shakira Austin has had one of the better years of any player between her 5-on-5 year being mostly healthy and her 3-on-3 year being spectacular globally in global FIBA 3-on-3 and also unrivaled 3-on-3. I think she's the player to take a shot on because she's still young and she still has upside. And I think she could be a really high ceiling player. So I do not blame Toronto right now. A decision is going to have to be made by tomorrow. We are still yet waiting to see how Washington will respond. But if Toronto is able to get Shakira, I think this would be a home run for the new team. Mm-hmm.
I would be obsessed with it. I love that we see this in the works because you're right. Like, I don't think this has happened with any other player since we've been following, kind of. So it's cool to see that Shakira signed this offer and now we're just waiting. Time is ticking for Washington to figure out what they want to do. Mm-hmm. I think it will be great if Shakira does end up on the tempo. She fits in very well there. She has a lot of history playing with Brittany Sykes as they were on Washington together. Mm-hmm. So there's already that chemistry there. And you're right. Like I'm very excited to see Shakira in this upcoming season. She grew so much last year.
Yes. And if it turns out that Washington is investing in their rebuild for the long haul here, building around Sony, building around Kiki, Georgia, the 3 first-round picks that they have in this year's draft, they can feel comfortable giving up Shakira here because it's kind of looking, and as we look to the draft tomorrow, that based on the moves that we saw Dallas make, which we'll talk about in a little bit, it kind of looks like Dallas is setting up to take AZ Fudd at number 1, which means that realistically, one of the two bigs in Lauren Betts or Awa Pham is going to be available at 4. So if you lose Shakira, you can bring in new rookie talent in one of those two players, and that could set you up for success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I was just going to say that. I was just going to bring that up. I love how we've gotten so much more clarity of the direction of teams in these past couple days. Because before, I have no clue who's about to go number 1 in this draft. Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about Dallas, and it seems like they want to pick AZ now. Mm-hmm. So that just makes the pieces fall for the rest of these teams. And it helps Washington to know who will be available there. So it helps them know, maybe I can let Shakira go.
Right.
It's so interesting.
It's so interesting. The top of that draft is becoming a little more crystallized after being very chaotic and amorphous for a while. But I still think we could be surprised tomorrow. So don't take my word as gospel here, but I just kind of think that's, how things are trending.
Okay, number 3 on our list of top free agency moves is Gabby Williams signing with the Valkyries.
Uh-huh. It's a big one from today.
Big one. This is so interesting to me because it's just been this exodus from Seattle. Mm-hmm. And many other teams had been already signing people. And I was the slightest bit worried for the Valkyries. Like, the Valkyries to me were a team that I would think would get free agents quickly.
Yes.
Like that. Just because of everything that happened last year.
The Bay Area and whatnot. Yeah.
So when they weren't signing a lot of these players, I'm like, what are they doing? Mm-hmm. But here they are now signing a great player in Gabby, who we will see how the rest of the roster shakes out. Mm-hmm. They're still working on, all the numbers. We're not sure what this number is yet for Gabby's contract. Right. But they haven't maxed anyone as far as we're concerned, as far as we know. So I'm assuming that this is what this is for Gabby. And I think she provides great experience. She provides great size, defense to this team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love what she can mean to this Valkyries team. If we project what they're looking at right now, it could be a rookie role for Yuste coming over to potentially start at point guard as a big starting point guard. Veronica playing the 2, having Gabby to play the 3, and then Janelle to play the 4, and Rupert to play your center. Or if you want Chechi to play the 4, Gabby gives you a lot of flexibility in the middle of that roster. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have a lot of shooting responsibility because we know that team is full of shooters. Mm-hmm. And we know that's how Nakase wants to play. So whereas in Seattle, there were moments where we were concerned about the level of shooting that was on that team, and it forced Gabby into a position where she definitely wasn't maximized. This is not something that she'll necessarily have to worry about in the same sense on this Valkyries team. And I just really like that they had an opportunity to make this move. Last year, they do their expansion draft and they sign one free agent in Tiffany Hayes. Mm-hmm. Tiffany Hayes still unsigned as we record this. Could see Tiffany Hayes coming back to play, a bench role for this team. Mm-hmm. But investing in Gabby, who was a player that was hungry to come back to the W last year, got the opportunity with Seattle, and now gets paid by one of these new franchises, which I know will love her to death. This is easily one of the most exciting moves so far for agency.
And I'm expecting more still from Golden State. Mm-hmm. They seemingly have a lot of cap space right now.
Yeah, a lot of room.
And their plan, I think, still exists where now they're trying to win a championship in 4 years.
Right, yes.
So I'm expecting some more things coming from Golden State.
Yeah, let's see if they can get that promise, that 5-year promise that Joe Lacob promised.
It's in the front of my mind.
Uh-huh.
I remember that. Uh-huh. And I think they can do it.
Maybe.
So I want them to do it.
I don't know if I want them to do it, but I wouldn't mind if they did. Mm-hmm. I I kind of like but hey, if it sets a precedent that the Philly team in 2030 can win within 5 years, because that's what apparently expansion franchises do, then yeah, sign me up. Valkyries, you can win a championship in the next 5 years.
Okay.
Real talk. There's a lemon-shaped toy making women text their friends at 2 a.m. screaming, "You have to get this." Meet Lem by Hello Nancy. Every 25 seconds, someone discovers Lem. With 500,000 customers and a 4.7-star rating, people call it toe-curling and mind-blowing. That's exactly why it's all over social media. Don't let the cute design fool you. With 12 intensities, Lem is waterproof, whisper quiet, and incredibly discreet. Go to HelloNancy.com for 50% off this Valentine's Day. Once you try it, you'll understand. Stop. If you know what the rose is, this is for you. And if you don't, listen closer. Meet Lem by Hello Nancy. Yes, it looks like a lemon, but it's anything but innocent. Every 25 seconds, someone discovers Lem. With 500,000 customers and a 4.7-star rating, women say it's toe-curling and mind-blowing. It's whisper quiet and completely discreet, so no one hears a thing and no one knows what it is. Go to HelloNancy.com for 50% off this Valentine's Day. Once you try it, you'll understand.
Okay, moving on to number 2 on our list. Gotta say, was surprised by this one. Maybe the most surprised. I probably number 1 was the most surprising. But this one was pretty surprising. Monique Billings moving from the aforementioned Golden State Valkyries to the Indiana Fever. A major pickup for the Fever, who even today they lost Natasha Howard. They lost their starting power forward. Honestly, probably should mention like Natasha Howard signing with the Lynx. I love that personally. Probably should have been on this list, but honestly, it was a move that happened after we made the list. So honorable mention Natasha Howard to the Lynx, who have had a bad offseason, all things considered. I think she fits in well with that team. But we're talking about Monique Billings here. Monique Billings is going to have a lot of opportunity in this team. Behind, as the other front court member with AB, I think Mo is one of the players in the league that is just on a star trajectory. I think she has defensive tools. I think she has offensive tools. And, with Caitlin back healthy, playing basketball, I think the opportunity for Mo, who has also played with Kelsey Mitchell in Unrivaled, there should be automatic chemistry there on this team. And I just was never expecting Indiana to favor a player like Mo. And I really like this landing spot for her and the opportunity that it could present.
Yeah, I think she fits in great here. I think, again, it gives Aaliyah Boston room to do her thing. And she fits in very well in this roster that I think has shaped up very nicely. Like there was so much chaos in the Fever roster last year, just because of everyone being hurt. But I think this is a very good starting 5 now with Kelsey Mitchell signing the max. And we see fans online talking about how, why isn't the Fever getting more free agents? And potentially being upset at Kelsey Mitchell for taking a super max.
Disrespectful. I'll say it.
As the reason
disrespectful
that the Fever's not signing more free agents. I think they didn't need much. They almost made it to the finals last year.
Yes.
They did, with Caitlin gone. They did not need that many pieces.
No.
And I think Mo is a perfect piece. It's clearly they scouted her. She's not just the best top player in the country, they found what they need in Mo, and I think that is what they need. Yeah. So I think it's going to be great. And
Alexa Filippo of ESPN reported that in regards to the moves that the Fever are making, Kelsey Mitchell 1-year Supermax, Sophie Cunningham 1-year re-signing with the team. The reason that Indiana is being careful with their books long term is because of this new epic provision that is in the CBA that will allow Caitlin and Aaliyah and Paige as well to make a lot more money earlier in their careers because they've already made all W teams. Aaliyah Boston's eligible for that provision this year. We should see a significant salary bump for Aaliyah Boston. And next year we will see it with Caitlin. So they need to be careful that they don't find themselves in this position where they're cash strapped immediately because of how the new CBA works. So they're going to go 1 year at a time here. And a bunch of 1 year contracts does not mean that the team is not prepared to win. I do agree with you that they're pretty damn close. Kelsey Mitchell gave everything she had for that team. Literally, her body broke on her because she pushed it to the max. And now she deserves every penny of that supermax.
Agreed.
And if you don't think so, then you gotta put better respect on her name. That's all I'll say. But I do think that Mo is a player that can take a little bit of the pressure off of this team. They do still have to round out a lot of that room. There's a lot of moves that still need to be made by the Fever. They kind of need to just sign a lot of these players that they had last year, in my opinion. And they probably will. But we're going to see what that ultimately looks like. But congratulations to Mo for getting I assume, we haven't seen the numbers yet, but a good multi-year contract with this team and being one of their core players.
All right. Time for our number one top favorite free agency signing so far.
One singular signing.
Really, it's two.
It's two.
On one team.
Can
Can you guess it?
You probably
Drum roll, please.
I wonder if you agree, listener.
Yeah. It is Alana Smith and Jessica Shepard signing with the Wings.
Lan getting a max to play for this Wings team. Jessica Shepard getting $1 million contract off rip to play for this Wings team. We now have a scenario where 50% of the Mist are on this team.
The championship winning Mist.
The championship winning Mist. Alana Smith, Lee Yaru, Arike Agumbawale, a player that they also gave a max contract. They are locking in and they are ready to go for it right away. No more time to wait. Paige, you're already one of the best players in the league. As we just mentioned with Caitlin, your salary is going to skyrocket very soon as well.
In 3 seasons.
Soon enough. Let's do this. Let's set a 3-year window with this front court, with this back court, with the first overall pick in this year's draft. Easy FUD. And let's freaking go for it. I love what this means, as we mentioned already, about the clarity of tomorrow's draft. It stands to reason. And they could draft a developmental big. They could draft Awafam. They're not going to draft Lauren Betts.
Who might not come over.
Exactly. And that could be the reason why they would draft her, to stash her.
That's a waste.
No, I wouldn't say it's a waste.
It's a waste if you're saying they're trying to win right now.
Yes. But it's not a salary that they'd have to have on their books right away.
Sure.
But it stands to reason that they are, understandably so, fully investing in the superstar Paige Beckers, and it just makes sense that they would give her exactly what she needs in a front court that is dynamic, as those two players are, can shoot the ball, can stretch the floor, can get boards, and then gives you room to run a potential 3-guard lineup in Arike, Paige, and AZ. I love that starting 5. If that's what it is, I love that starting 5.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. And perhaps it's a bit much money for Jessica Shepard.
Definitely more than I expected.
More than I expected, but she was very good.
Very good.
She really is a really good player who was not getting much of a chance in Minnesota.
Well, I wouldn't say that. She definitely got she got a big chance last year.
Sure.
But and that's why she got paid.
Yes.
As much as she did.
Sure. Yes. But you didn't mention, John, that Arike and Jessica Shepard played together in college at Notre Dame.
You told me that factoid today, That's a good one.
They won the NCAA championship in 2018 together. So that's a pair that knows how to win together. Like, this is team chemistry. This is team, like, BFFs right now.
Yes. All
it's
chemistry.
about to be when they draft AZ.
Uh-huh.
Because for me, the priority list of Dallas was, number one, you need good bigs.
Yes.
So before any of this happened, my mind was they're drafting Awa or Lauren because
Yes.
that was their need. And I'm sorry, Paige, like, we need that. But now we got them really good defensive player of the year bigs.
Yes. Co-DPOY. Alana Smith.
So now, okay, we check that off. And now second priority is make Paige happy.
Yes.
So yes, I am confident that they're drafting AZ. And I'm still seeing people say that Olivia Miles is the projected number one pick. If that happens, I'm like quitting this podcast because that just makes no sense.
Man. I've said this before. It doesn't make sense to me that you would take both Arike and Paige off ball to give Olivia Miles the point guard role in this team.
Right.
They might say that her passing is so good that we can't get. Look, I feel like I'm putting siren alarms here because I don't want to look stupid, but I still feel like it's like 95% AZ FUD at one here. But yes, if they go Olivia Miles, I would be shocked. I'm sure there would be a way that you could talk it out to me.
Well, I can't because I don't have the reason. I mean, obviously, Olivia Miles is a great point guard, but you're right. Like, in my mind, Paige and Arike are both very good ball handlers. So why do you need the best point guard out of this draft? I don't think you do.
No.
I think you need a great shooter, an
Yes.
off-ball shooter.
Literally, they're calling her the best off-ball shooting prospect of all time. Of all time.
Right. People are saying this about AZ.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, sure, she has some level of injury concern, but she was healthy all year this past year. And she'd be comfortable with having Paige there on her team. I don't think there's she has to get past, AZ has to get past this injury prone tag. And Paige went through her fair share of injuries when she was in college. Paige is healthy as well. And what we saw them do, winning a national championship together, I feel like can translate to winning a championship in the WNBA. Like, she wouldn't demand the ball. She's an incredible defender. She's going to add to your locking up. Can you imagine being guarded by AZ and Paige and Lan and Jessica Shepard all at the same time?
No.
That's hard. That's incredibly difficult. And we haven't even mentioned Awa Koyer, a player that is another very good big that I've heard can shoot the ball very well as well. She signed a 1-year, $525,000 contract, fully protected on this Wings team. Haven't seen her play yet, but I'm ready to see what she could potentially bring to this team because now they have the opportunity with her healthy to bolster that big. I feel like they're set. And they've got Leah Rue. I've already mentioned Leah Rue. I feel like they're set at the front court. I don't have a problem with them adding more guards if they want to add more guards. Of course, Isaiah James is there and JJ Quinterly is there. I kind of felt like they were going to make more moves, make more trades. And maybe they could. Maybe they could.
For bench pieces.
You never know. There could be draft day trades. There could be some moves to move, if I were them, I'd probably try to move JJ Quinterly for a future pick.
I agree.
From a bad team, if you could. Maybe would Connecticut maybe give you something? I don't know.
It's worth a try.
I'm curious. You can't get anything from Chicago. They don't have hardly anything to give. A bunch of Atlanta stuff. But they feel like they're deep. They feel like they've got the holes filled from last year. They were right on the cusp of a playoff run. I would be stunned if they're not in the playoff mix this year. I think they're ready to go for it. And that's why we're so high on these two moves together, which crystallize what we expect to see tomorrow.
Yes.
In the WNBA
And I
draft.
will say, Kurt Miller has a history of putting players in relationships on this Dallas team. As last year, Dejanay and Nalissa started on this team
Very
together.
good point. And neither of them are there anymore.
Neither one of them ended the year on the team.
They
But
also didn't end up together at the end of the year, which God forbid.
it got messy.
Do not put that curse on our goats.
That's going to be a Kurt curse.
Better not be a Kurt curse.
It won't. So that's also a reason.
Yes, another reason. But what a fun free agency so far. There's still so much more to do. There's a bunch of players still to sign. Honestly, let's rattle off a couple of them.
Oh, wait. Oh, just kidding. Okay. Friend of the pod, Laura, just texted, huge, did not see this coming. And the link. I said, what? It's Dewana Bonner has signed with the Mercury.
Yes.
So
Happy
that's
birthday.
why.
Happy birthday, AT. The Phoenix Mercury did nothing before today. Re-signed Ka, re-signed Sammy Whitcomb, re-signed Dewana Bonner. All moves that we expected. Happy birthday, AT. Let's talk about real quickly some of the other players that are still up in the air. Players that played a considerable amount of time last season, I believe. Friend of the pod, Alana, put this list together. These are players that played 20 plus minutes on average last year. We have Ari McDonald. We have Emma Miesemann. Wouldn't expect her to come back. Natasha Cloud, probably the biggest shoe left to drop.
Yes, it is for me.
Where will she be? Nafisa Collier has still yet to ink her contract, but she was cored.
I imagine Fee is kind of waiting to see how much money she wants to take. A similar situation to Kelsey Plum, I would think.
Kia Nurse, Bria Hartley, Tina Charles, you mentioned, Kayla Thornton. I would expect her to go back to the Valkyries. Tiffany Hayes, Temi, Maisha Hines-Allen, and then some reserve restricted free agents, Nelissa Smith, as you mentioned, and Monique Akoa-Makani, who I would also expect to go back to Phoenix.
And at this point, I would expect Nelissa to go back to Vegas.
Yeah.
Because Vegas hasn't done really anything.
Also been very quiet. Look,
I
we can
think
mention Jackie Young.
Has Asia signed?
Asia hasn't signed yet. I don't think.
I don't think
But Asia was
has signed.
basically like, Asia's going to be a $1.4 million supermax.
Maybe she's seeing if she wants to take a cut. I don't know.
There's no reason to take a cut. There's nobody else to sign. All the players that we just said.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, and we didn't mention the only re-signing that we really talked about.
Natasha Cloud could go to Las Vegas.
I don't know how she would work with Chelsea.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, we
I'm
didn't
just
talk
thinking
about
who could go to Las Vegas. Yeah, not many people.
No. Maybe they make a trade. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't have let go of Aaliyah Nye in the expansion draft if I were them.
That's true.
But that's me.
And do they have any picks in this draft? I don't think they do in the first round.
Yeah, just second and third, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I just like, honestly, now that we're talking about it really quickly, like Chelsea re-signing 3-year deal with them, Jackie re-signing with them, Asia expecting to sign. Like, we knew these three players were going to be there, going to be their core.
Yes, Jackie Young, the first ever WNBA player to have $1 million contract.
Yep. Very cool.
Huge congrats to Jackie. That was very cool.
Yeah, this is kind of like honorable mentions at the end of the list. But, you know, good contracts for all of them, deserved for all of them to get the good money after everything they've done for Las Vegas. Do you want to spend like, I know we didn't talk about it. We should spend like a couple minutes talking about Satu real quick. Because I feel like people are like yelling at us to say, no Satu. You didn't put Satu on the list.
Sure.
And it's kind of because I don't know if it's like one of my favorite moves.
It was definitely discussed between us if we want to put it in our favorites.
Yeah. And I'm sure somebody's going to say, you liked Erica Wheeler? Someone's writing a response like, you liked Erica Wheeler signing with the Sparks more than you liked Satu? I just don't know what to really think about New York when they're giving mega money to Stewie, mega money to Jonquel, mega money to Satu, mega money to Sabrina.
It's a lot.
And not enough money to give the right contract to Natasha Cloud. They have Leonie Febish there still under contract. That's going to be your starting five. Satu's going to play the three, and you're going to go to work. I'm sure they're going to be really, really good. And Satu, bless her heart, she was going through all that concussion stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So for her to sign a nice hefty contract after what she did for Phoenix, I just don't know if it felt like the right place for me to see Satu going.
Yeah.
With how good we knew she was last year, being like this one in Phoenix. There's so many mouths to feed in New York, and we could be wrong. I don't expect it to necessarily blow up in their face, but it was just honestly so surprising that that's where she decided and where that New York was willing to give her that massive contract, that I don't really know what to think until we see whatever, their role players kind of look like.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I need to see the dust settle in New York and around the league before I can say if this is my favorite or not. Like, Sabrina has to be the point guard, and then the rest of the lineup is huge. Like, that's a very dominant starting five.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Perhaps
very
the
big
best.
through the 3 to 5.
Perhaps
Could
the
be.
best starting five. The rest of your pieces are not going to be solid.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So this will be a test, I think, of where is this breaking point? Because it's something I've been thinking about. And I thought Las Vegas would be the ones to kind of reach it.
Yes.
But they have a tendency to do this anyway, of pay 3 players and then no one else.
Becky.
New York, at least in the past, has tried to have more of a balanced roster. But this seemingly should be. Because the way, I think that the CBA should work is balancing rosters a little bit more. So this should mean that you have a big 4.
Right.
The rest of your pieces should be, paid less. They have to be. So we will see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Obviously, the starters, you run the starters as far as you can run them. They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of endurance. They can play.
But we saw what happened last year.
Right.
They broke down at the end.
Stewie got hurt. Sabrina was hurt for a while. Jonquel was hurt for a lot of the season.
Yeah. And Satu
got super hurt in the playoffs last year.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's just concerning if you're not going to have solid backups. And I think that this will cost them enough solid backups. We'll see.
Yeah. And I still expect Benigilini Hamilton to be here. Maybe Kayla Thornton somehow finds her way back. There's not enough money, though, for Kayla Thornton.
No.
Yeah. They're kind of just going to be built like looking at their pieces. And I can't recall even off, this moment what their draft capital's looking like.
I can see if they have a first round pick. No, they do not have a first round pick.
Okay, so no first. So maybe they get some pieces.
Second.
Okay. They get a 3rd round pick.
They have a 3rd round pick.
Yeah. And last year they took Asia Kane. Asia Kane's no longer with that team. So, yeah, a star-studded top 5, but we'll see what it looks like. Could be a little too top-heavy. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Attack the Baseline. Again, if you'd like to send us an email, you could do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. Really encourage you to check out the Bluesky. I am trying my darndest to, as the news breaks, as I see it, get it to Bluesky so that Bluesky can become a place where we're getting up-to-date WNBA news as soon as possible. So do that. Leave us a 5-star rating and review if you would be so kind to help support the show. Subscribe to YouTube, and of course, tell your friends and family to get ready for the upcoming WNBA season. We will be talking about the draft soon enough tomorrow. Maybe keep an eye out. We might go live on our TikTok if you're interested to see us firsthand analysis as we watch the draft tomorrow. But we should have a pod about that pretty soon after, if not, let's say Tuesday, Wednesday at the absolute latest. And as free agency moves continue to roll in, we will talk about them more. But Kristen, I am staring at the baseline, and as always, what are we going to do?
Attack it.
Attack the baseline. Thank you so much for listening to the show. We will be back soon to talk about the WNBA draft.